Hi. So this is going to be a personal message for someone. This is the best format for me to be able to go ahead and do this. And it's in reference to a conversation that I had with somebody today. And so I just felt like I needed to go ahead and just do a reading with that specific person in mind. And I feel like that specific person also is going through something that others are going through too, in reference to synchronicities and things that keep happening, feelings that come up with certain synchronicities and what to do about them, or how to kind of like tap in to get some further information or to discern what's happening when those things are happening. And so, what I really felt was that it would be appropriate to do it in this format. So if this message doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. But this is the best way for me to be able to get that message to that certain someone. So this is for you. In reference to the things that we discussed, it is amazing to be able to realize those connections that you're getting when you're putting those spiritual dots together. That's what I call it, spiritual dots. It's when this happens and that happens, and you can't explain it in any other way other than it is divine guidance. It is souls on the other side contacting you because they want to work with you. They need your help with something that's happening here. And maybe they've tried to get to other people or the persons that they're really trying to help, and they can't for whatever reason. Those people feel blocked or just not able to be at a place in their path where they're able to connect and able to understand what's happening. And so, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Akashic Soul Records to just kind of ask my guides to show me where you're at on your soul's path. And then we'll use tarot to kind of get additional guided messages. So, I use the tarot in reference to your situation. So I'm asking my guides to connect me to your soul, so that the messages that come through, they're specific for you. But because there are so many souls going through the same thing, same scenarios, I thought that it might be appropriate to, without saying your name, to go ahead and share this message with others, because you and I both are on that same path of spiritual sobriety and helping others on this path. So that's why I'm doing this video today. So let's go ahead and we're going to go ahead and get started. The messages are coming through really fast, so I'm going to use tarot to honestly help slow me down and help direct my thoughts. But I know we're going to use the Akashic Soul Records. If you're not familiar with Akashic Soul Records, Google it. It's fascinating. It's amazing. And it's an amazing tool that we have that we can use to, again, help narrow down where we're at with being guided with when to stop and what cards are appropriate. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be this one, Soul Spark. You feel a faint stirring deep inside, a new spark ready to ignite. This is your soul remembering its original intention. Nurture this small flame. It holds immense potential. And I just feel so much joy right now because I know that is you right now. And we're going to get this one too, building momentum. Your efforts are beginning to gather speed. Small actions compound into powerful change. Stay consistent and let momentum carry you forward. And for me right now, just to share what I'm going through as I'm doing this reading for you, the feelings that I have, they're so strong, and my ears, they get really loud. And so I ask Spirit to slow down my feelings and my thoughts so that I can interpret those feelings that they're sending to me into words. So we're going to use, and it's so crazy because, was it this one? Today I was going through this soul contract card deck that I use, and I knew it was time to get this deck back out. And the card that I had gotten was Akashic Records. Connect with the Akashic Records to uncover the eternal wisdom of your soul. Here lies every answer and the direction that you seek. And so that's why I felt it appropriate to tell you, if you don't know about Akashic Soul Records, that would be an area of interest for you to kind of dive into. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to use the Soul Contract Oracle to just get a message for you. And I'm keeping you in mind. And again, you know, others can be watching and they can connect to some of the messages. But I'm keeping you in my mind. Soul Contract. Soul Contract. Ooh, okay. Circle of life. Every phase of life has its purpose. Embrace the rhythm of cycles to find peace and insight. And that is something that we talked about today. Soul Alliance. Walk with your soul's allies. Together you will together you will fulfill greater missions. And isn't that spot on for what your soul is doing right now? It's pretty amazing. So I'm going to use this tarot deck here to kind of take a look at where you're at, where you're going, and how you're getting there. So I'm just asking right now my guides to kind of just slow things, because they're so excited that I'm doing this. That's the feeling that I'm getting, is they're so excited that we've connected. They're so excited that we're connecting together. And that you reached out to me today. That was pretty cool. I have been wanting to talk to you about collaborating together, especially because our souls are aligned on the same path. You know, I do feel like you're a light worker, which means you use your light and you shine it on others to help them on their spiritual path to recovery. So show me where they are at. That is crazy. So I asked my guides before I started the video just to make sure that I was aligning with what I was feeling and what I was then hearing. And this is the card that came out, the King of Swords, which means, yes, you are clear on the message that you're getting, that you should do a video to record the reading for this person. And you saw me shuffle, and this was the first card that came out. So that is super amazing. Again, those are the spiritual dots, you know, that we connect together. So where you're at, where you're going, whew, and how you're getting there. Wow. Wow. Okay. So where you're going, my friend, King of Swords, you have clarity right now being gifted to you with what you're doing on your spiritual path. This is it. Clarity beyond all. You know, you can feel it inside of you, what you're doing and what you're meant to be doing. Just double checking. You know for sure that this is your soul's path. You are being drawn to help others. You're being drawn to help them see things the way that you now see them, because your mind has been cleared. I mean, every day we struggle sometimes with heavy thoughts, but you have come to this place of clarity. You understand where you were and where it has been leading you. And then you have the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups in tarot is kind of called the wish fulfillment card. For me, for you, for this reading, I feel like you have clarity on what is filling your emotional cups. You just have to choose which direction that you want to go. With the synchronicities that have been happening for you, and the intuitive pulls and nudges that you've had, you really get to discern, what is it that I want to do? Which direction do I want to go? There's a wealth of information available for you. And all you have to do is kind of navigate what you're feeling and what feels right for your soul. When you think about what it is that you want to do, what feels like the yes, because we're clear on what feels like no. No is when you pull back, like, no, I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to dip back into shadow behavior, if that makes sense. A yes, I want to learn more about this. A yes, I want to serve. I want to help people. And we just kind of sometimes get stuck in the, I don't know how, but you're literally being shown how you can do that with all these synchronicities that you had mentioned today. And so this is the gift from the divine. This is the Lover's card. And so the Lover's card for me, for you, is really that gift of divine connection. So depending on the readings that are done. It could mean like a soulmate and things like that, but that's not what we're talking about here today for you. What we're talking about here for you is that divine connection to God, to source, whatever you resonate with. I believe it's God. So it is that clear King of Swords connection beyond everything that you are connected to. It is making it to where wish fulfillment, what is it, in which direction do you want to go? And you get there by continuing that connection to source, to God. That's where you're at right now. So this is what feels like you're emotionally in right now. So where you're at and where you're going. So where you're going is the King of Wands, which is so amazing. You have a lot of king energy. You have the King of Swords, the King of Wands, and you have the King of Cups. In a short amount of time, you have really managed to master the direction that you want to go in, because you're literally sitting in this very strong, because we have masculine and we have feminine. And right now, the masculine side of you is driving that ambition that I want to do this. And that's the King of Wands right now. The King of Wands is very intuitive. He knows what he wants to do and how he wants to do it, because he's tapping into his intuition. And you're being gifted with an emotional idea from the divine. So it's like God is literally handing you this next opportunity. If you want to take it, if it feels aligned with your soul, those are questions that you need to ask yourself. Does this feel aligned for me right now? And I feel like it would be, because if you're asking somebody like myself, those kind of questions, you're seeking. And so now it's which direction do you want to go forward in? Because it's going to be that gift from the divine, the gift that's going to make your Ace of Cups kind of just overflow. It's going to make your heart feel like it's on fire, you know? Then you have the King of Cups, which is the ability to navigate those emotional waters. So in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it is the king, and he's sitting on a throne, and he's in chaotic waters, but he's unwaved by it. Like, he's guided. So like right now, you are very much in control of your emotions, and you're able to use that to discern what it is that you want to move forward. You're just being asked to sit quiet and ask for the guidance. Be specific with your intentions of what you're seeking with your meditation. And it may not happen in the first meditation or the second, but it might. You're just being asked to sit calmly in your emotions while Spirit, God, your higher self connects with you, so that your earth, brain, mind, hand can write out what it is that you're feeling. So where you're at, where you're going, how you're going to get there. I absolutely love that the first card for how you're going to get there is the Star. So God is asking you to focus on one thing. What is that one thing that you really feel called to do? And if it's mediumship, if it's psychic work, because psychic work is literally connecting to your higher self and to your guides, and being able to share the messages that you're receiving to be able to help and do, let's say, God's will or the divine will. And does that make sense? So when you focus on one thing, because if you're like me and you have all these amazing feelings about being on the spiritual path to recovery, there's so many ways that we want to try to help. But right now, the divine is asking you to focus on one thing and just kind of like really nail it. And then what that's doing is it's creating, you have the Four of Wands here. And I just smile so much, because the Four of Wands, it's a card of celebration. It is a card of you really building your foundation. So a couple of things. The Four of Wands, there's four. So when you think about a foundation, you know, four walls, building that solid foundation, which is, that's how you're getting there. But also, if you've been seeing the number 1111, so like on the clock 11, or on your odometer 11, or on a license plate 11, if those numbers 11 are resonating for you and kind of showing up in your life, it typically means the thoughts that you were just having or something that you're doing is aligned with your soul's path. And that's how spiritually the other side likes to try to kind of send you those little nods, you know. But if you're able to focus on your star, it will continue to help you build your foundation. And then you just kind of go at it like the Knight of Swords. So this Knight of Swords is very sure of what he, she, they want to do. And they're ready to take that next step. So where you're at, where you're going, how you're getting there is by figuring out what is your North Star, because it's really solidifying your foundation. And with that Knight of Swords, that is you taking action, bold action to make it happen. So I love that for you. So I hope this helps. Feel free to message me if you have any questions or concerns. And then let's do this live one-on-one together soon. So as always, definitely for those that are also watching, thank you guys so much for watching and for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate every single one of you. And for the soul that this was intended for, I look forward to our continued conversations and working together with you. And I do definitely thank you for all that you're doing for the sober community. So thank you so much from my heart to yours. Until the next video, take care, you guys, and have a great rest of your day.